Hold on 1 second. This is how we gonna do. We're gonna start the show just like this. I had to go get it. I had to go get it, Oos. What that say? It's just me against the world. Who is
Oh
that?
my.
The greatest of all time. Can y'all see it? I ain't got it on right now because I don't need to. What is that? Where he get his lineage from? Northern California, stand up. California, stand up. Hey, I know people wanted him to get best director. It's gonna be a time. You feel me? For them to even get nominated was an achievement in its own. That man, y'all calm down because I get nervous. I get nervous. Hold on. I get nervous. Relax real quick. Beautiful speech. Best original screenplay. That's not nothing, the gawk at. Pause. Super pause. They ain't nothing to just be like, that's whatever. Bruh, he gonna get best director. He might even get it for Black Panther 3. The man is eventually gonna get it. To be under 40 years old and get that achievement is great. We gonna sing the praises of everybody else because I legit wasn't upset at anything that happened at the Oscars. This is the best Oscar ceremony in years. We gonna give Michael B his flowers. Even though I'm gonna say he shouldn't have won for Creed. Hell, that movie shouldn't have been nominated for everything. They could have gave that goddamn movie, that masterpiece, everything. But look, California, stand up, homie. We got somebody. I know Steven Spielberg from California. I already know. I know George Lucas from California. Countless others from California. It's a little small fucking prick that won his third Oscars. We gonna talk about from LA. That's neither here nor there. But we gonna talk about somebody like
So
us.
is Paul Thomas Anderson. He's from LA.
I know. Look, we only listen. I'm about to be biased, but I don't give a fuck because it's the greatest state in America. We make legends. Look at me and Davis, legends. By the way, I'm gonna tell you off here in more in details, but apparently we got a little fan. Amp told me the little homie was watching us on TV and he was paying attention. And they kept saying, but he said he had to cut it. Amp had to cut it off at the studio because you kept cussing. I told you got a potty mouth.
Is it the kid?
Yeah, it's a little kid.
I thought you meant
K3 son. He said he was Amp said he was tapped in watching us, like paying attention. I'm like, really? That shit damn
how
near
old
made me
is this
cry.
young man?
I think he like 7.
Oh, then yeah, that's way too young to be hearing swear words. But that's at the time when it's funny.
But listening to us talk about movies, you know how impressive that is? Because you don't have two guys like us. No disrespect to other movie podcasters. You ain't got two guys that's from the soil. We from the motherfucking soil. I can cuss now. We from the soil. We look like this. You feel me? And we talking about movies. This is why we gonna have 1 million subscribers in the future. But that's neither here nor there. Look, again, California stand up, bro. Y'all can't be mad at us. Y'all want to come to California. You know why? You gotta get in the water. It might be contaminated a little bit, but you gotta get in the water, bro. We only make legends. Y'all love Snoop. I don't, but y'all love Snoop. There you go. Y'all love Ice Cube. You love Friday. Where is that taking place at? Y'all like Too Short, right? There you go. Y'all love Ryan Coogler now. There you go. Jacob Fatu. What y'all want, man? We just the greatest ever. I hate to boast and brag, but California the greatest ever. And Keeks just text me, but look, Keeks, you understand because Oak Cliff is just like Compton.
I thought you were gonna say like Oakland, like
Look, Oak, bruh, what I've been saying for years, even when we first got cool, or keep saying the Bay is my favorite region in America. Beautiful place, except for East Oakland, but it's still beautiful. It's bad, but it's still beautiful. Depending on where, what time of day you go to East Oakland. But at the same time, listen, man, I'm gonna let Davis go ahead. I'm done cut my shoe promo. Y'all can't hate us. Y'all gotta love us. Y'all want to talk about our accent? Go fuck yourself. Like I hate that shit. Like B dot no, but I love B dot. That's my brother. But when he do the accent, I get pissed off. I
well,
get
you can't
pissed
talk
off at
about
anybody, bro.
accents.
I know, but you see, it's all these country motherfuckers that be clowning our accent.
Y'all talk funny. Why y'all talk so funny?
Hey, because we like to enunciate our words, as we've been called by my Chicago people proper gangsters.
But I
Go
think if
ahead,
we
Davis. Give it to him.
no,
Pause.
I was gonna say I don't think this was the best, but I would say they tried to do a good job of being awards focused. even though they always do the live song performances, I'm not here to watch the fucking songs be performed. Like, this is the Oscars, this is the acting awards. We don't need to hear the songs that are nominated be performed live. That always, even the Sinner song, which I like, but I didn't want to see that live performance. Like, you're taking time out of the show to get to either do more montages, because like, and show what the award's about, which is acting, not singing and performing live. To kind of paraphrase Timothy Chalamet, like, this ain't opera, this ain't ballet. We ain't here for that. We're here for the acting. Like, that's what this is about. But I would agree with you that yeah, it was a show that I think justly rewarded a lot of its winners, even in categories like Best Supporting Actress, which was really a toss up when you look at who had won on the road to that. Tiana Taylor, Wunmi Masaku, and Amy Madigan had won. So that category coming down to Amy Madigan winning, which I think had a little bit element of old Hollywood. Not that she's such a legendary figure, but she's someone who's been in the industry for such a long time. So it was one of those things where you kind of, the right performance got her, the respect that she always had within the industry. It's just time to show it on the grand scale. I don't think it had to do with the backlash of the Tiana Taylor character or anything like that, or not wanting to give it to Wunmi Masaku for Sinners, because the other two actresses cancel each other out from sentimental value. And when you watch Weapons, it's a really good performance by Amy Madigan. She has two really good scenes, and it's such a dark, creepy character. And that's one of the rare times, as everyone kept saying that, where the Academy was on like a horror fans. Like, they just like had it in for Sinners, they had it in for Frankenstein, they had it in for Weapons for that category. So yeah, it was it was tough to see it play out the way it did, because I was texting you as one battle after another started to take the smaller awards. Like, I know how this is going down. They're giving them the ones that are split between Sinners and One Battle After Another. They were both the most nominated. I think, again, as we spoke a few weeks ago, Sinners had the most in history, but One Battle After Another, I think, also had it. I think they might have had 10 total. Or, oh no, Chase Infinity had said, yeah, I think she Chase Infinity, when she had said, when she got up on stage for the casting award, I think she said it was nominated for 10 or 11, something like that. But they took home casting, which I thought was the Sinners Award for sure. I thought that was the lock out of all of them, that they should have taken home casting, because that way they could have rewarded Delroy Lindo and co. If they weren't going to give it to Delroy Lindo, like they ended up not doing, they gave it to
I
Sean
knew that
Penn.
wasn't gonna happen.
Which goes back to my point, especially with Sean Penn saying he wasn't going to be there, that I don't know why the Academy and the industry has this fascination with this guy. He is
They
a
got their darlings, bro. He's an Oscar darling.
He is. And I understand, when you watch One Battle After Another, you are like, yeah, this guy is a talented fucking actor. And I'm not taking anything away from him. But his whole life, especially the last 25 years or so, is about like, fuck Hollywood, fuck this industry.
Yeah, like he want to be a super soldier. Like, man, get your little ass up out of here. You ain't Universal Soldier. You ain't John Claude Van Damme.
I mean, and maybe that's part of the reason they want to reward him as well, is to show like actors do these other great things besides being actors.
Man, no, just act. I don't want all that. Hey, what he said, not just a basketball player. Oh shit, not just athlete. No, not just actor.
Yeah,
Yeah,
shut
that's
up and
just
dribble, shut up and act.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. Just shut up and act. That's title. There go the title right there. We already on fire.
why
Just
do you
shut up
think?
and act, bro.
Why do you think Team America tore him apart like that? When like, out of all the actors made fun of in that movie, they were the one that's like, he was up his own ass the most, and he wrote Matt Stone and Trey Parker a letter saying like, I've been to Iraq, okay, like, because that's what they kept saying about him in the movie was Sean Penn. I've been to Iraq. I've been to Iraq. Like,
Yeah, but he just like the fake little tough guy, man. You ain't from that environment, dog. You from Malibu. You and Emilio Estevez's brother went to school together.
the irony was in the Brian De Palma documentary, he had been given a when they made Casualties of War. Sean Penn and Michael J. Fox were the stars of that movie, and Brian De Palma said Sean Penn would just act like a dickhead to Michael J. Fox, and he would just constantly give him a hard time on set in between takes, because I think he felt like this guy shouldn't be that successful and famous, because I don't think he's that good of an actor. But I'm like, you're both the same fucking size. Like, what are you picking on? How you
Well,
bullies when you're
that
both
and
size?
because people actually like Michael J. Fox as a
Yeah,
human being.
but it ends with Brian De Palma saying that after one take, Sean Penn whispered "TV actor" to Michael J. Fox as like a diss to him. Like,
That's better money. I mean, Sean Penn has made some really great money, but that's better money
Sean Penn didn't
now
make
than
Back
ever
to the
before.
Future, and he didn't
Thank
make any
you.
of those. Like, again, my and as
Look,
much
that's
as
not. Hey, hold on, right there. This because we cooking tonight, people. Look, that right there. You just said it. Certain people got them. It's like verses during the pandemic with the music. I got this type of hit. I got Back to the Future 1 and 2, bruh. You know that stands up against 95% of people's movie catalog.
yeah, I mean
I
that
was
goes to
Teen Wolf, motherfucker.
yeah. I mean, so yeah, that category playing out the way it did was disappointing. Again, he wasn't there to accept it because he wants to.
What, he was in South America trying to kill the cartel? What was he doing?
Now they said he was in the Ukraine again
Doing what?
on that fucking
This ain't
the
Call of Duty. Is he trying out for that?
hell no, you know that he's
That's
five
what I'm
foot
saying. This dude just,
5 foot
man,
8.
just act, get your bread, stop all this humanitarian shit. Humanitarian. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You saving the cows in Russia or whatever, the polar bears. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
Yeah, but then other awards. I mean, like they gave Frankenstein the awards it should have won, which is all the stuff like production design and costume, because that's all the stuff that Guillermo del Toro cares about instead of like good fucking acting or good fucking writing. Even though I,
Hey,
even though I haven't
that
seen
it
it,
was a
but
pretty
that's
good
my
movie. It was all
even though I
right.
haven't seen it, but that's my point when it comes to Guillermo del Toro is that he cares about all the extra shit instead of like, hey, let's have some good fucking performances here.
Yeah, have you not seen Hellboy 1 and 2?
Those are the only ones exempt. Have you seen Pacific Rim? It's fun for the fights, but have you seen the acting in
No,
Pacific Rim?
classic.
It's
Pacific.
got it's only got one good acting scene, and that's when Idris Elba like puts the fucking movie on spectrum. We are canceling the apocalypse.
What you
Like
want, dude? It's a blockbuster. What the fuck you want them to
it's
do?
got Charlie Day being Charlie Day, which I mean he's fine on Always Sunny, but when he's the over the top annoying guy, which is skinny Jack Black,
98% of the
I
time.
ain't here for that.
That's 98% of the time with him.
And Blade 2, I mean it's fine for what it is, but again the acting in Blade 2 ain't great.
Hey, masterpiece movie. So you
What else?
naming some really great movies.
But he cares only about how things look in terms of the costumes and the sets and all that.
What's your favorite line from Blade 1 or 2? Motherfuckers is always going up here.
No, because I haven't seen either in so long, and I really don't fuck with the Blade movies like that. I've never seen Blade Trinity, so
You see the type of person I record with?
I think the first Blade is really overrated. When everyone gets on the fucking like Blade 1 is the best superhero movie. It's why we have the best. It's why we have the superhero movies we have today. I think it's like okay, it's fine for what it is, but you want me to get hyped for Wesley Snipes versus Steven Dorff?
I do this podcast, right? Because I really believe in Davis and the product.
You watch
Uh
shit way worse than I do. What
no,
are you
no, no.
talking about?
You had your time to talk. Now it's my time to talk. This is how this works. Don't talk, I'm talking. This dude said Blade is overrated. In what fucking sense is Blade overrated? It's Blade 1 and 2. 2 is the best one. That's the magnus opus of like the movies
Wait,
franchise. Dude,
that
it's action.
franchise, which isn't hard when there's only three of them,
Listen, you
and the
don't know
third one
this.
had Triple H in it, so it's not hard. It's not hard to be better than a movie that
It
has
was
Triple H
it,
in it.
it was bad because Ryan Reynolds was in it, not Triple H.
Oh, okay, here you go.
And Wesley Snipes didn't like Ryan Reynolds, so that shouldn't have been, a warning sign for
What you
everybody.
doing, cracker?
He basically was just like, I don't like this kid. I don't know why he didn't like him. I mean, he probably just saw what we saw.
Because he was a year away from going to jail. Why else wouldn't he like him?
Was something he could have avoided, which is taxes.
Yeah.
But I get it. I don't like paying taxes either. But Blade
Anyway,
2, one of the greatest action movies ever made. Both of them are, but 2 is a masterpiece.
masterpiece. Okay. All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Talk
No,
about something else.
no.
You
Well,
don't like to have fun. We had this discussion before.
I do like. You know what was fun? F1, the movie was fun, and that took home best sound, which was obvious.
You should have
And then
went
it
to
comes.
Sinners.
No.
The
Avatar
sound of that
Fire.
was good.
Avatar Fire and Ash got an Oscar for best visual effects, which is like no fucking shit. You better have what like. There are two awards that should be given out and
Ahead of
have their
time.
name. Well, not ahead of time, but that should have their name changed. Like name changed. Like best score should just be the Ludwig Göransson Best Score Award because every time he's nominated, he's gonna take it home.
Him or Hans Zimmer, man.
Hans Zimmer, I think, only has like 3 or 4.
But he been nominated like 10 times. Who was the man that did 007 Skyfall?
That's best song.
It's
I'm
him
saying
and somebody else that got a lot of nominations, but they never win.
John Williams,
There you go.
obviously from Star Wars, and yeah, and I think he has the most nominations of all time, but I think he has like 3 or 4 as well. But and then best cinematography, Sinners took home, which
Agreed.
it should have been. I think the use of the IMAX cameras and how most of those shots, especially the one at the end when Stack and Smoke, the cameras behind them as they look into the to the sunset are just like painterly. So shout out to Autumn, she got that. And then best writing, so best original screenplay, Ryan Coogler won it, like you said, which I didn't know that till today because someone tweeted it. The last 15 winners of best original screenplay have also been the directors of the film. So that shows like it's a real auteur-driven idea now, which the idea of a best original screenplay, which is the person writing the film is the person directing it. And there have been, when I looked at the list, there were like 3 or 4 that had co-writers, but more often than not, it's been the sole writer and the director that have taken home best original screenplay. That doesn't necessarily mean they won best directing as well, or even won, or had their best picture. Like Emerald Fennell won for Promising Young Woman. That was the movie she directed and wrote. Parasite, Bong Joon-ho, he co-wrote that, but he also won best director, and that movie won best picture. So that was an interesting fact. But 15 years of the director winning best original screenplay, I think it also does kind of show why the writer strikes have happened like the way they have, and the disrespect that the writers get, because Hollywood has put this emphasis on the director writer now more than ever. You could see,
which is perfectly fine.
Well, in the other category with best adapted, it's the same thing where Paul Thomas Anderson won, and he was also the director of that film. Christopher Nolan, when he won for Oppenheimer, he won best adapted screenplay, and he was the director of that film, and so on and so on. Like, but I just think that's the way the industry is, where that was the point of the strikes, is that the way they see writers is expendable, but also if you're only the writer, you're not going to have as much power. So that's why they want to give people who are writing and directing all the respect and all the power and all the trust, which is why when it fails on them, those people can kind of like have a timeout for a while. But I thought those were the locks, and they got what they deserved in terms of Paul Thomas Anderson and Ryan Coogler. I mean, they were both phenomenal films. I think when it comes to Best Picture, Sinners losing over one battle after another, I think everyone is satisfied that one battle won. But I almost immediately think everyone's like, the movie we're going to remember from years and years and years is Sinners.
Yeah.
That is going to have a longer shelf life. And in hindsight, people are going to be like, you know what? That's the movie that should have won. But the movie that did win wasn't like a complete disaster win. Compared
Exactly.
to like The King's Speech over The Social Network, or Shape of Water over Get Out, or, other instances in the past where movies have won Best Picture, where, Forrest Gump over Pulp Fiction, even though I do like Forrest Gump, but yeah, it's not better than Pulp Fiction.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Pulp Fiction is overrated.
It's not. Oh, so Blade, I'm crazy for saying Blade and Blade 2 are overrated.
So you enjoyed everything in that movie?
Everything. No matter how problematic it is.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, the Ving Rhames thing, to this day, I'm scarred. I seen that when I was little.
But it leads to one of the best lines, which is, "You hear me, hillbilly boy? I ain't through with you, my damn self. I'm about to get medieval on your ass.
So you enjoyed everything.
I didn't enjoy that part, but I was like,
What
and
about the dead storage?
no, but at that bit, here's my thing. I'm not defending, but you would believe a guy like that would talk like that, especially like you always say how people in LA talk, especially people who are
But they
comfortable
don't
around
talk
black
like that.
people.
They don't say that word. No,
But
then we don't play
the
that. Now
ER
that
the
word
ER
that'll
one,
get you
it
killed.
was 1994.
Even then, that's even worse back then. But
You
this is
were
the same guy
6.
that be talking jive when he was doing the Django marketing.
That's just how he is. But overall, because we're gonna spend a lot more time on Best Actor. Best Actress, no offense, I didn't see any of the movies nominated for Best Actress. I haven't seen Hamlet yet. I didn't see um, If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. I didn't see or the other
I
one.
seen Marty Supreme. I just saw that Saturday.
Yeah, I haven't seen Marty Supreme yet, but
It was alright. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes. Too long. It shouldn't have been like just two.
well, he thought he was making his Oscar movie. That's why.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good movie. It was good,
Oh
but
yeah, Begonia. I haven't seen Begonia, and I also but I listened to the Big Picture talk about Begonia, so it was spoiled for me, even though I had no desire to see it. So I'm kind of glad too, because I think the reveal in that movie might have maybe pissed me off. I felt that way about another movie I watched recently, where I'm like, it's a good thing I listened to this podcast that spoiled this movie for me. Otherwise, it would have been like, ah, oh, what the fuck, like.
yeah,
But but yeah, so one battle after another wins over Sinners in Best Picture, and
not mad at it. I'm
no,
not a fan of the movie. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just not a fan. It's not my taste, but that's not a bad pick.
I gave it a 4 out of 5. Um, I thought it was entertaining, but also at the same time a little long. I thought certain parts could have been cut out, but like I was saying, I think there's just something about Paul Thomas Anderson's films that though they don't fully click with me.
Yeah,
I respect the artistry, I respect the craft, and the performances within them, like Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, Phantom Thread. The only ones I haven't seen are Punch Drunk Love, The Master,
that's probably my favorite
and
movie by him. Punch
The
Drunk
Master.
Love.
Oh, Punch Drunk Love.
I went to the
Um,
movies to see The Master though. I think that's like the last Philip Seymour Hoffman movie I've seen as a
um,
whole. Like after he passed, I've never seen another movie he was in, even the older ones.
that was supposed to be like the big Oscar movie at that time, because it was
Yeah,
also going to it was a movie about Scientology without being about Scientology, but maybe that,
yeah,
and that's what I was trying to say yesterday, where I think that's why the Academy hadn't rewarded him in the past for, like I'm saying, There Will Be Blood and The Master and Phantom Thread or Licorice Pizza. That's another one I haven't seen. Um, I think they were just like, this guy is good. This guy is good. Yeah, obviously because we keep nominating his films, but not this one. Not this one. I mean, when he had There
yeah.
Will Be Blood, it was nominated against No Country for Old Men and Michael Clayton, and that year 2007 was one of the most stacked movie years, especially in Oscar history.
Yeah.
And then 2012 was one where like he had to compete against Lincoln, Django Unchained, Argo. So he's like I was saying, was just I think someone who the Academy respected but didn't want to reward. And last night I think they finally was like, this is the time to reward this guy. And you can kind of sense that in his speeches where he was like, this actually does mean something to me. Like this is something I've worked hard to get, but it's he wasn't like about damn time or anything like that. He was just kind of like, I am happy to receive this honor because this does mean something to me. He didn't try to play it off in a cool way of like, at the end of the day, it's just an award. Like again, like Sean Penn has 3 of these now. He probably doesn't care. He gave an Oscar away. Like
What he gave it to
um,
the koala bears?
one of the Oscars he gave to the president of Ukraine, the Zelensky guy.
What's with him in the Ukraine? You gotta tell me.
He's a freedom fighter for whatever reason. I don't know. Like you're asking the
Yeah,
wrong
like
guy.
what's it? Go over there then. God damn it! If you don't want to be here, go over there then and act. If you want to go over there, comrade, go over there and act.
Well,
But this is America.
especially since he has a predilection for young women like they do over there. So
Whoa.
He married like a 20-year-old, and he's 50 something.
This news to me.
No,
When this
like
happened?
I think right after the pandemic, he married like a 19, 20-year-old and then got divorced a year later because it's like, well, no shit, she married an old fucking man. Like,
And people were just cool with that?
that was my point. Like, they want to shit on Leonardo DiCaprio for dating the same cycle of women from 23 to 25, and like, you can't keep doing that, Leo. But like, Sean Penn can marry a child, and that's all right.
Oh, that's why he keep going to Europe. Because you can start at 16,
Let me see.
probably 14 over there. It's legally over there, so I get it. Yo, one that be, you said 50, that dude like 60 something. I just thought about what you said, 50, 60 something, dude.
No. She was.
It's still probably gonna be mentally 20. I know some women that's 33, mentally they 20. Hell, mentally they 18.
No, she was in her early 30s, but he's
60.
65.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the math on that. That's a 30-year gap. It ain't wild, but it's still wild. Like 30, all right. Because look, Prime with Carucci, I understand. Prime with Carucci, he got like a 20-year gap on her.
Well, before that, he had dated not Scarlett, Charlize Theron, and I'm like, what do you see in him, Charlie? He's like, you're a beautiful, striking woman, and you want to
Beautiful
date.
women like ugly motherfuckers. Did you not just hear? Well, Tangents to be out tomorrow. Well, the same day as this. Tangents to be out. We talk about Don Tolliver getting Kelly Uchis. It's like, hey man, beautiful women just make stupid choices sometimes.
Especially in music, yeah.
Yeah, because Charlize Theron, her fine ass look like she like 6'2".
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you want to date mini me, as I keep
Actually,
saying.
I've seen her in person. Yeah, she tall as a motherfucker.
Yeah, but
that's what it is. She probably like putting her hand on top of somebody's head.
So when they won Best Picture, I immediately cut off the Oscars. As soon as Nicole Kidman said one battle, I hit X on the window and like, nope.
But you like the movie. You could have just watched it.
No, because again, I would put my hopes up for Sinners just because again, I'm like, even though Alex when they lost casting, I'm like, oh, here we go. They lost casting. They lost editing to One Battle After Another as well.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't have won for editing. Well, they did, right? Simmons won for editing.
No, One Battle After Another one for editing.
Yeah, no, they should have won for editing.
The casting, for sure, like I said, like in the cast in One Battle After Another was good, but the cast in Sinners, like they had Asian people playing Southerners. Yep. They had the great character actor Omar Benson Miller. He killed it, as we discussed a couple weeks ago, as Cornbread.
Shouts out to I already said it on the bonus episode, Random Max. Hey, Long Beach.
They had a no-name, an unknown in Miles Catton, and he was phenomenal as Sammy. Like,
yeah.
And they had Haley Steinfeld say some of the craziest lines in movie history.
Yeah, Gwen Stacy was tripping. Boy, you better get the fuck out my face.
You can't steal this pussy for her, and I'm like, ah, damn. Like, but that's how you like. They at least gave him best original screenplay because they're like, this man, as we've discussed numerous times as while discussing films, like this man loves pussy. This man loves eating pussy a lot because he.
I didn't know he. I mean, well, he got 2 kids, but I didn't know he was a freak boy like that. Cause that movie, I said, bro, this spitting shit. What is this? I still don't get that, and I don't want to talk about it because it grosses me out. I'll say, never mind. I ain't gonna say that. That's nasty.
But still, I mean, it deserved best cast. It does. That's the one that's gonna irk at me for the rest of the time. Moreover than best picture, because I'm like, look, like that cast was phenomenal. Like even Jack O'Connell as Remick, like is perfect casting. They picked somehow the best white Irish guy to also be the best. No, sir. We ain't on that town. No. Oh, because we're white, you think?
Bro. And then the owner of the barn, that was like KKK, but he probably was a demon.
But it was
Buddy tough, Davis.
But like people said, they gave him exactly Tristan. Like that's why he got her pregnant right after that film, probably.
Yeah, I get it.
He saw the rough cut and said, "Oh shit!" Like, but that's why his speech was like, "We're all winners." People had just like kind of decoded, like he kind of knows that maybe they're not going to take on the bigger award, so he wants to shout out the rest of the cast and the rest of the crew. But I mean, they won best score with Lou Good. They won best cinematography with Autumn. He won best original screenplay, and then Michael B. Jordan, best actor. I mean, hey,
Caught me off guard.
when I watched the movie in the theater, I'm like, that's probably the best performance of his career, and I don't think it'll get rewarded, which is crazy to say that like Michael B. Jordan should be an Oscar nominee. Not that like he's a bad actor, but that's been always been the argument of like people think Michael B. Jordan's a bad actor, and I've always kind of been to his defense because I'm like, if you watch the type of performance he gives in the type of movie he's in, more often than not, it matches. Like you were saying, like Creed, he's great in Creed as like a young guy trying to prove himself to everyone who's doubting him because that's what he was doing in real life. Like they're like this Wallace from The Wire, Friday Night Lights, TV actor is going to try to become a movie star. Come on, like who you
Bro,
fooling?
he
Like,
shouldn't got nominated for that hallway scene in general. All right, Lil Creed. Oh, that's not my name. That's not my name.
that's because is that the most LA authentic scene
Yeah,
of him being in LA, of Adonis being in LA, dude? Is that ain't my name, man? That ain't my name. Nah,
that ain't my name. That
don't call
alone, he
me
shouldn't have got
don't
nominated.
call me Baby Creed. That ain't my name.
That ain't my name. Then swung on him, trying to fight the whole crew by himself. Like you a boxer, but come on, bro. They gonna dance on you.
But I'm gonna put you on your pockets. That's what he did. But I
Hey,
mean,
people put
that's why
him on his pockets, and that's why he had that flashback.
that's why that movie became the success it was and catapulted him. And to think months earlier, like the movie that was supposed to make him a bigger star in Fantastic Four, bombed and tanked and was like
I
gonna
keep forgetting
potentially
about that Fantastic
gonna
Four
be a
movie.
gonna be a stain on his career, like it was gonna be for Miles Teller and I was obviously for Josh Trank because he's trying to get another. Well, he is supposed to be making a horror movie now,
Who?
but that Josh Trank, the director
Oh,
of Chronicle and Fantastic Four, is supposed to be
never like
making.
Chronicles.
Well, I love Chronicle and Michael B. Jordan's in Chronicle, and I'm like, isn't that from from the Kicumbas from Hardball? That's him. Holy shit! Like he's all grown up now. Like
Hey, another classic movie he was part of.
that's what everyone's realizing. Like this guy was like a small role in a lot of things that at least 2 to 3 people watched over the course of their lives. Like he was on All My Children, like I said, Friday Night Lights, and he was on Parenthood for a couple
Yeah,
episodes. Like
I worked with him on there a couple of times.
he's the, he's kind of the old version of Hollywood, which is you started from the bottom, and you worked your way all the way to up. Like when you hear how Kurt Russell talked about his career, like it's the same thing. Like child actor, you work in kid roles, then TV, and then movies, and then bigger roles in movies, and then you're a movie star. Like that's the type of career Michael B. Jordan was having and is having. Because now with this best actor, like he is gonna be able to do anything after these next 2 projects, and his next 2 projects are Miami Vice and
And
his
what did we say? The irony. Jamie Foxx, that
yeah
was his next project
yeah
21 years ago because he won in '05. He did Ray, won for Best Actor. His next project was
Miami
Miami
Vice
Vice,
with Colin
which the
Farrell.
money went through the roof because every time you win for Best Actor or Best Actress, the price of the brick going up. Irony the wire.
While Damson Idris was in the same building as him.
Yeah, but one he can't shine Michael B. Jordan boots, bro.
No, I was about to say Damson Idris is a good actor, but he ain't gonna be a movie star like people think he is. That again, that
No.
Snowfall, that's that TV acting that Sean Penn was talking about.
And it ain't bad, but at the same time, it ain't film acting. When you got to carry a movie for 2 hours, that's tough.
But yeah, so
And his accent pisses me off too, so that's why I'm like, fuck him.
okay, that's a whole nother bit. Yeah, is Miami Vice with Austin Butler, and like we were just talking about, like the way to match Jamie Foxx's same decision without really even intentionally doing it is hilarious because Jamie Foxx knew he was winning that Oscar for Ray. He knew damn well he was going to win
Yeah,
that
come
Oscar,
on.
but I don't think Michael B. Jordan knew he was going to win the Oscar for Sinners while he signed on
Nobody
to do.
knew. I
Well, no,
thought it
I'm saying
was
while he signed
Lachey's.
on to do Miami Vice because we're making these observations, which is like I don't know if anyone else has, but that is crazy. And at the same time, much like Colin Farrell was trying to be forced down Hollywood's throat, Austin Butler is trying to be forced down Hollywood's throat.
There you go.
But the irony of that, and then the movie that he also has coming out in 2027 is his own movie that he's directing, which is the remake of the Thomas Crown Affair, and I think they just wrapped on that. So his whatever project he chooses to do after those two movies are released, he's gonna have
Do Creed
all
4.
all
Just
the
do
resources.
Creed.
Well, they're apparently trying to do the Creed TV show on Prime with
Get the
Woody
money. Just
with
go
Woody
get the money,
Harris.
young
Yeah,
fella.
but
Well, he a couple months older than me. Go get the money, young fella. Go ahead, do Creed. Hey, this how much I need, and I need y'all to do right by Sly Stallone, because he said the
we'll get
writer,
to
I
that.
think he said, got
We'll
to
get
do
to
right
that.
by him.
We'll get to that towards the end of the when we do the rest of the Hollywood news. But I think as you can kind of tell, he might be like, "Hey, this award's great. That's a hell of a career. I'm out of here." Like, I
Nah, he
well,
just getting started.
I think he's gonna do the John Elway, the leave on top, because you can tell with these projects he has. And then if you read, I'm sorry, the article that he did at GQ with Fraser Thorpe, who is Cal's man, um, that came out last year. He kind of talks about in that article, like, I don't know how much acting I'm doing or even how much directing I'm doing. I'm just right now, I've been working like crazy my whole life, and I want to take some time and spend time with my family. He talked about like uh, I think he said his sister had a kid or his brother had a kid. Like he wants to spend time with his nephews and want like to enjoy what he's been able to accomplish. Like drive his car, live in his house, like go on vacations with his friends. Like he wants to have his time after putting in all the work. And like you're saying, like once you get that best Oscar, the paychecks immediately increase. And now he's like, he might just say, hey, get one big one, get out, and then decide, if I want to make a movie this year, no. If I want to make a movie this year, yes. I think it'll be his move going forward. I can definitely see him being choosy in 2028 with what he does, because the story with Sinners was that Coogler and MBJ were having discussions, and Michael B. Jordan said, I want to make this movie with you. And Ryan Coogler said, that sounds cool. I don't want to make that movie. I got this movie I want to make with you, obviously. And Michael B. Jordan was mad about that. But then that decision got him an Oscar. Like, by trust, he did a smart thing. He didn't turn his back on the guy that has helped elevate his career. He trusted his man and said, okay, we'll make your movie then. Like, and look how it played out in the long run, because he knew, and just goes to show like the relationship they have, which is actually at this point, it's more successful than the DiCaprio, Scorsese, the De Niro, Scorsese, the Spike Lee, Denzel in terms of Oscar, because they each won an Oscar for the same film. Denzel didn't win for a Spike film. Spike didn't win when Denzel was in his films.
Right.
DiCaprio didn't win for a Scorsese film. Scorsese didn't win for DiCaprio being in his films. Like, this was like the pinnacle for these two guys, where they, started at the same time in a sense in terms of like the 2010s, and now they are coming into this decade with potentially five, because there's this one movie that they've talked about making, and it technically is five when you count Wakanda Forever. But they have Fruitvale Station, which I'm gonna have to finally see at this point. The only reason I've never seen it, as I told before, was because that movie came out in 2013, right when I moved to California. So I wasn't trying to watch something that was going to remind me of back home, especially it's a story that I was familiar with, being the Oscar Grant killing.
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be it. I'm like, that's too tough to watch portrayed on film. But I heard the story of like, because he was on Bill Simmons' podcast at the time, Michael Jordan, saying like, yeah, the guy who directed this movie, like he's from Oakland, this is the story that he knew when he wanted to tell. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. And then he's like, and him and I were going to do the Apollo Creed son movie. And I'm like, Apollo Creed son movie? Like, that sounds crazy. Like, what?
And then he made a masterpiece out of it.
He made it, and I doubted it in terms of like, I thought that year Southpaw was going to be the better boxing movie, and I own that L. For some reason, I'm like, Jake Gyllenhaal.
No, nobody saw that happening though, because it was a spinoff about not Sly and his son, because obviously his son.
Because the last two Rockies had been kind of meh. Yeah. Rocky
Yeah,
Five is horrible, and then I've never seen Rocky Balboa, but everyone's like Rocky Balboa was okay, but it's obviously like
it was
crazy.
alright.
Yeah, but that's why it's because Rocky had been put out to pasture, but it was Ryan Coogler, and that's the Oscar that they should have had back then, which was Sylvester Stallone should have won for Best Supporting Actor in that movie, but they gave it to
Yeah,
Mark Rylance for Bridge of Spies. That's a whole nother bag of bullshit. But but yeah, is that, and then they go on to make Black Panther, and he gives truly one of the best performances in comic book movie history as Killmonger, and everyone shits on him like he's acting like an anime character. I always say this. He acts like how an anime villain acts, like he's acting for the comic book character's side, like, and
it
that's a
is.
great performance.
It's a comic book, anime, it's animation. He acted. That's how Creed 3 was. He basically did a side by side with some anime. He's an anime mark.
And then he has a small role in Wakanda Forever where he reemerges as Killmonger. But for years there, they were rumored to make this movie called Wrong Answer, in which Michael B. Jordan would play this teacher that would help his students cheat to pass a state standardized test or something like that.
Yeah.
It was based off a true story in Atlanta, I think. Um, but that was like long rumored after I think the first Black Panther, and then
Also, they're trying to do Mansa Musa, which is the richest man in history.
but who knows what they'll do next? I think they'll obviously continue to work together, but I also feel like Ryan Coogler is another guy who might want to like press pause on his career, especially after Black Panther 3. I think he'll want to take some time because I think
Yeah.
ending that trilogy will be hard for him given how everything played out unexpectedly. But he's also another guy who's going to want to spend time with his family, as he talked about last night, like how his wife and his kids mean everything to him. And he seems like a guy who wants to just tell this type of stories he wants to tell. I don't think he'll be in the one for them, one for me game after this. Again, his check will go up too as an Oscar
Yeah.
winner. Because again, going forward, it will say Oscar winner Ryan Coogler in all of his films, just like it will say it for Michael B. Jordan, Oscar winning, starring Oscar winner Michael B. Jordan as Ricardo Tubbs, Miami Vice. Like,
You think Austin Butler gonna be hating?
no, they actually seemed like they had cool chemistry when they were like doing those. Was it Vanity Fair? Yeah, I think it was a Vanity Fair or one of those magazine photo shoots. Uh, that's where I'm like, oh yeah, I think he's a better choice over Glenn Powell for the Crockett role. That's why I joked to you last night. He's gonna be like, fuck playing Tubbs. I'm gonna play Crockett. I'm gonna play the lead. I'm gonna play the cool guy, not the sidekick guy.
Yeah. Well, we'll be there. I mean, the one in '06 was cool. I actually like that one, so we'll see how this one turns
It's
out.
fine for what it is, but it was trying to update what the show was for modern times.
Yeah.
But it it just take way it might like most Michael Mann films, it just takes way too long with certain subplots. Like, all right, we get it. She's crooked. Like, let's get to the real parts. Like, let's get to the gunfights and shit.
Bro, that shit was a soft core porn. All they kept doing was fucking. I swear, that's all I remember from that movie. I mean, I get it because you know what I mean he was having his Yeezy season, but damn.
But it'll be directed by Joseph Kosinski, who did Top Gun Maverick and F1. So
Oh shit, turn me off.
it's gonna look amazing. Well, everyone said it best. Like in Top Gun, Joseph Kosinski put a camera on a jet. In F1, Joseph Kosinski put a camera on a race car. In Miami Vice, Joseph Kosinski will put a camera on a speedboat.
I was
Like,
just about to say that, and the
like
sound is gonna be great.
yeah, those speed boats. It's gonna get people seasick. It's gonna be like that one video where the girl fights off the speedboat. It's gonna be like,
Hey, they should keep it like the '06 movie though. To be honest, just
well,
have more dialogue.
I think it would be dumb to try to make it in the 80s. So I don't. Hopefully, they don't try to do that where it still takes place in the 80s. You have to update it now. I
You
think,
gotta kind of
yeah.
have to do that because if it takes place in modern time, essentially it's just Bad Boys without
Well,
Martin.
that's the point of Miami Vice is that it created bad boys. Like,
Mhm. Good point. But then you can't create the Bad Boys movie for the Bad Boys movie that's in modern times because that just makes it Bad Boys 5.
even though the initial pitch of Bad Boys wasn't the movie that it turned out to be. It was supposed to be for fucking uh, Dana Carvey and Dan Aykroyd, I think.
which is still hilarious.
Yeah.
And I like Dana Carvey. Shouts out to Wayne's World. I just watched it for the 20th time last week.
If you're going to spew
Spewing
this.
this. Have you ever looked at Bugs Bunny as a woman?
And been aroused? No. Yeah, me neither. Yeah.
And he started really laughing
Yeah.
because it was improv.
When he has the spanner gun. And he
Messed up in the car.
Yeah.
And we gotta go.
But no, I mean the Oscars, there have definitely been worse Oscars in the past in terms of
This is the best one of years. I stand on that, bro.
the most annoying bit was the Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans shit.
Here you go.
With them giving each other gifts, and then Robert Downey Jr. comes out.
We eating very well, and we about to eat some more, especially Robert Downey.
He comes out with a fake Channing Tatum Magic Mike thong, and it's like, I'm giving this to you. And the only good part was that Channing Tatum was like, I'm going to need that back for real. Like, but Robert Downey Jr. is in this era where he just wants to be, hey man, what's going on, huh? We're on an award show. Hey.
So you saying every era?
No, he wasn't like that until
because he was high.
No, I'm saying until like 2018, he wasn't just going around being like, I don't know, man, it's cool. Like,
yeah,
whatever.
Bro, when you work for about $400 million, you're gonna be in a different mindset.
Then just stay the fuck home. You ain't again like the Sean Penn. You ain't gotta act anymore because he also has all this fucking tech money and whatever. Like, just stay the fuck home. Don't piss me off by being annoying.
He how does he be annoying? He's just awkward. And then you gotta understand.
No, he's not awkward. He's being annoying.
You gotta understand, he gotta do something, bro. He a former addict. It's the same thing we talked about with Joe Budden. They gotta talk. They gotta do something. Addicts always have to find something to do. If he just sit at home with all this money, he might say, you know what? For old time's sake.
Hey,
and guess
maybe
what,
it'll
Robert?
mellow him the fuck out at this point because he looks like he's back on it based off all because even when he was going on his award run. And his speeches were all terrible and over the top. It's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this guy?
Oppenheimer. It was a great pickup for me, man. I'm glad I got a chance to work with Christopher Nolan.
And, no, he wasn't even like that. He was like, it's making a movie. I mean, it could be fun, But hey, what else is fun? Life is fun, and like what?
What if he relapsed?
I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Because look,
I ain't trying to say it, but I'm saying it.
No disrespect, but once an addict, always an addict. You find something to, surmise that addiction from drugs. So maybe he just drinking a lot of Mountain Dew.
Or more than anything, I think he's just, like I said, I think he's just bored with the Hollywood.
That's what I'm about to say. Maybe he's just bored, dog.
No, I'm saying, but like, then why? I know why, because they're giving you $100 million to be in a fucking movie that you said you were done with. But like,
you would too. Yeah,
no, I'm not saying. I'm not saying. But I think that's the thing. Like, he's just, because he wanted to show people he can act for real, which no one ever was like. Robert Downey Jr. can act for real. He was nominated for an Oscar in the '90s. Like,
right, he didn't have to go Charlie Chaplin.
He didn't have to go out and prove that. Like, have you seen Kiss Kiss Bang Bang? Like, everyone knows you can act for real when you're not in the Iron Man suit. Like, we know this just because like the judge failed to do it.
Damn.
We're like,
I forgot about that.
Well, then after literally a year after he has the most successful movie in Hollywood history being Endgame, he puts out Doolittle, which is one of the biggest flops in the modern day. And people are like, Robert Downey Jr. might need to go back to being Iron Man, huh? And then he does Oppenheimer, and people are like, damn, I'm glad this guy's happy to be a real actor again. And he's like, suckers.
My thing is, like, how does that not make you a real actor? Because you're doing a comic book movie. Like, dude, he's showing versatility. He played Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes, the first one, fired.
But again, elementary, my dear, his accent is a little like iffy as Sherlock. We must have time to waste. Like, it's like, what Britain are you from, sir? What part of England are you from, sir? You sound like you're from the America part of England.
Bro, when I first got in the movie theater, I ain't see no trailer. I was like, all right, I'll tap in. Bro, when he was breaking down how he about to beat this motherfucker up, I said, oh yeah, I'm tuned in.
Punch to the liver.
Yes.
Up
I
top,
said, oh yeah.
discombobulated. Right
I
hook
said, oh no,
to
this
the
shit
jaw.
fire.
Like,
That movie was dope. It was him being awkward. It was him being Robert Downey, and Jude Law was being a Scent.
you know what? I actually didn't want to talk because the new young Sherlock Holmes show is out. I haven't watched it because I'm trying to finish Peaky Blinders because the movie's coming out this week. Um,
Oh shit, it ain't next week. Damn.
no, it's this week.
Ooh. What come out next
The,
week? Oh, the movie Ryan
no,
Gosling.
that comes
Oh.
out this week too. Yeah.
No, some coming out the 28th then.
Let me see.
Maybe that movie with Zazie Beats. I still need money.
Yeah, that movie's next week.
I ain't watching it. I don't give a goddamn how far she is. I ain't
Yeah,
watching
it
that movie.
looks, as I was saying when Ethan Van on, that movie just looks like it's ripping off the Ready or Not movies. Like, when a woman has to kill a bunch of people for, not for no reason, but because they want to sacrifice her. Like, that movie, that movie's called Ready or Not. They made that movie.
Right.
And they're making another one because the sequel's coming out too. But let me see what else is coming out next week. But yeah, no, Project Hail Mary is this week. So I'll be seeing that. But yeah, do you fuck with Sherlock Holmes as a character? You and I really haven't spoken about Sherlock Holmes, the character, as much. But is that a character you're into, or do you think is a bit overrated?
My fault. What you say?
I said, do you enjoy Sherlock Holmes as a character?
Uh, yeah. I like the. I used to watch Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd Century, the cartoon, when I was
Oh,
younger.
the one where like he's half a robot or whatever, or something
Yeah,
like that.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd Century. I used to watch that. Young Sherlock Holmes, the TV show. I used to watch that, the one that was on Nick or ABC. I mean, if I like detectives, Batman is right there. Otherwise than that, Carmen
Well,
San Diego, that was my girl.
Sherlock Holmes precedes Batman, so all the fucking creators of Batman
Yeah,
did was just rip off Sherlock
yeah, I
Holmes.
know Sherlock Holmes. That was during the how about to say the Black Plague. It was during the
I say close enough.
yeah, it
I
was
mean,
during the Jack the Ripper era.
but
Back
no, yeah.
then, where damsel in distress. I
Back
think I'm going
then,
to.
the only way you could solve a murder was that guy did it, and then people be like, "Are you sure?" I'm pretty sure, because how are you
And
going
then
to
they would hang
fingerprint
him.
them? Yeah.
I did do it, sir. I was going home
Yeah.
to
See,
my
here's what I mean.
family.
So this week, Project Hail Mary, and then like I said, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come comes out, and the next week, the ripoff, They Will Kill You comes out, and that's all the movies that
So I'm
that's
hearing Project Hail Mary is fine. Again, I'm gonna get that AMC pass and I'm gonna watch it in IMAX. I think I'm actually gonna try to go see it this weekend.
it's the first live action film they've made since 22 Jump Street, being Lord and Miller.
I don't know the premise. They just said it looks really good and
It's
it's actually
basically The
doing.
Martian, except instead of being stuck on a planet, he's traveling in space. No, literally, like Ryan Gosling plays a teacher, but like with a science background, and they choose to send him to stop the asteroid that's um, heading to kill Earth, or is he fixing something in the sun? It's a mixture of of those ideas, but he encounters like a rock creature, something like that. I've been trying
That's
to
fine.
avoid.
I think bro, the movie theater business is so in the dumps right now. I think the AMC pass used to be like 20 something. I think it's like $10 now.
Well, they think this movie's going to be a box office success, even though the last Ryan Gosling movie, The Fall Guy, wasn't a box office success like Universal was hoping. But this is an Amazon MGM production, so
Peaky Blinders, obviously it'd be in movie theaters, but on Netflix as
no, it'll
well,
be
right?
direct. It'll go straight to Netflix. Netflix
Guess
again.
what I'm gonna do
I'm
this
on the.
weekend? Netflix.
I was rewatching the seasons I thought that I had already seen, so I'm back at the same point that I had to get to, which is the last two seasons. But and
I'm
that's
gonna
the
do
thing,
a recap.
and Killian Murphy, again, he got his Oscar and
Yeah,
didn't do shit for a whole year. He
would
made
you?
this he made this no, but he made this small indie movie, um, for Netflix too. I think it was called Steve or something like that. And then
I'm
he
about
was
to say, if it was for a small company, they had to pay him all the money.
and he also I forgot he had that movie. I think because he already had it kind of in the can maybe as Oppenheimer was winning awards, which was this movie about the this movie set in Ireland during like the 70s or something like that. It might have been set during the Troubles era, but yeah, but um, it was announced today. He'll be back. He'll be back for A Quiet Place 3. Him, Emily Blunt, and then they announced that Katie O'Brien, Jason Clarke, and Jack O'Connell will be joining the cast. Jack O'Connell seems to have a knack for horror these days because he went from Sinners to 28 years later to now A Quiet Place. Like, he's the go-to guy for horror movies now.
Yeah. Also, too, we're not doing movie releases right now, but small talk. Just because we ain't got a ton to talk about tonight, we just want to hit y'all with another episode. Uh, let's be frank as to why I'm getting that AMC pass. Can you guess what movie is coming out in April, sir?
Isn't that Mario?
That's it. That's all I want to say. That's worth it.
So, yep, April 1st,
And I'll
Mario.
be there.
And then the drama 2 days later, which is that Zendaya Robert Pattinson movie.
Pass.
And then what?
Because apparently it's a plot twist to it.
Yeah, that's what the trailers are hiding. But I wasn't interested in it anyway.
Did you see the prenup that Tom? I know this sound like the shade room, but you see the prenup that Tom Holland got for her?
No.
Boy, he just said, "Baby, you can have anything
Mother
I got."
Berry, which is a movie by the guy who did The Green Knight. That's a movie with Anne Hathaway.
Oh,
Lee Cronin's The Mummy. So this is The Mummy. This is the horror version of The Mummy that
right.
apparently had
You know what the
bad.
horror is about that? Universal don't give a fuck. They ain't advertised it one bit.
It's not a Universal movie. It's a WB movie.
Oh, that makes even more sense. You mean
Yeah.
the company that's about to get bought out? Maybe.
Well, that was the thing about last night is that WB showed that they should stay on their own because they took home the most fucking Oscars.
I mean, also too.
Paramount had 0 Oscars, and now they're gonna fire everyone at Warner Brothers.
And also, too, the deal ain't finalized because they said what's name got to get his piece of the pie.
Well,
The old guy.
Zaslav?
Yeah, I think he got to get his money up.
No, he sold his shares and WB to get more money, but which is him kind of cover his ass in case they do let him go when if the merger goes through, which it probably will. But no, that Mummy had bad test screenings. The rumor was that James Wan, who's the producer, walked out of the test screening being like, "No, this isn't good." And then 2 days later, the trailer came out to quiet that news of like, "Don't panic." And then when everyone watched the trailer, they're like, "Okay." And it's by the guy who did the last Evil Dead movie, and that it was an alright Evil Dead movie. And then
I don't think I actually seen the full trailer. I just saw the teaser and I said, "Nah." And then I didn't know about the trailer. Again, they haven't advertised it.
And then April 24th, it's the 2 movies you're most excited about. April is your month because it ends with Super Mario. I mean, it starts with Super Mario and then it ends with Michael and Desert Warrior, the Anthony Mackie movie I sent you the other day.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get that pass. I'm just going to get it on like March 25th.
Desert Warrior and Michael come out on the same Friday, April 24th. So
I'll be here for both.
You can have a double feature of Anthony Mackie and Michael Jackson.
Yeah, well, the Michael Jackson movie, that's going to be in IMAX. Shit, they sold out for the day before screening at the biggest IMAX in America in New York. They sold it out.
Unfortunately, that was another thing along with WB having a successful night was last night was a successful night for IMAX in terms of like movies being made for IMAX. One battle after another, Sinners with the IMAX camera, F1 for IMAX, and then I think Frankenstein might have had a small run, but the IMAX propaganda is strong with put your movies in IMAX. Nolan. But he uses the cameras, like that's the point. Like Sinners uses the camera too, and Paul Thomas Anderson used the 70 millimeter VistaVision. But all these other movies get formatted for IMAX. So
Yeah. Same thing
or
that's about to happen with Doomsday. They're like, well, Doomsday might get pushed back because they can't get the IMAX screens. I'm like, it's not
yeah,
even
because they're
IMAX
sharing the
shot.
same day as Doom 3, and all those posters are dropping right now.
But
And that's
and
the
Doom 3 was shot in IMAX.
yeah, shot for IMAX. I don't think with
Yeah.
IMAX cameras
Doomsday
though.
wasn't shot for IMAX, but yeah, Disney like, oh, we gotta get the screens.
Here's another reason why David Zaslav should just cancel. You are keeping your foot on their necks with these Doom
Thank you.
3 posters. Like you have all the momentum. Last night they took home all the Oscars and ran out. They're like, you, yeah, we know Timothy Chalamet didn't win. You know what he's gonna win for? Dune 3 coming out Christmas 2026.
Yeah, that shit gonna make $1 billion.
Like right now they put Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans on stage, and we still have no extra Doomsday shit. No
We
full
don't need it.
trailer, no poster,
Don't
no
worry about
nothing.
nothing. We don't need all that.
We got no Spider-Man. We got no nothing.
Yeah, I
Like
don't know what's up with that. I'm like, hold on, I ain't the smartest person, but that's 3 months away. April, May, June. No, 4 months away, and they just like, we don't know when the trailer gonna drop. I'm like, and then they doing reshoots right now, and then it's the rumor about Shorty playing Jean Grey, and it's like, bro,
if
oh, this
I'm gonna God, I might
I'll
have to
be
give
there.
up. I might have to give up comic book movies like I gave up wrestling briefly because if fucking Sadie Sink plays Jean Grey, I'm gonna lose my fucking shit.
Well, get ready to lose your mind, pal. It's all but confirmed.
Ugh. But but yeah, WB like abort the merger, abort.
Yeah, it's no need to bend the knee. I'm like Davis just said, I
Sure,
didn't even
you're
really
in
think
debt,
about
but
it.
you're successful in debt. Paramount has all the money and they're not successful. Like,
Bro, that's what I don't understand. It's like y'all movies are about to make money.
not all of them because The Bride was a box office bomb, but like,
Well,
who told
I
you? Who told you it wouldn't be? Like,
who approved that budget? I want to know the producers.
yeah, yeah, that they were on the like. I think that was a power play in terms of
For who?
I. All right, it's
See,
women's.
that's what I'm saying.
No. You know, it's Women's History Month.
Uh-oh.
I think they wanted to show that they give women equal big budgets. That's what it was because they gave Emerald Fennell and Margot Robbie a big budget for Wuthering Heights, but that movie made money. It wasn't a super huge box office success, but it made money compared to what people thought
Yeah, off the
it could
basis of
make.
who you just said and her producing credit for
Well, but
Barbie and
obviously,
starring in it.
but the point is like the idea of a movie being about Frankenstein's wife is dumb,
Bonnie and Clyde version.
especially the way that they were telling it, being like a movie about Me Too and
Wait, what?
women's independence and stuff like it has
No, no, wait. You
all
got to
those underlining themes. And then
start
the
from the
cast
beginning.
and then it has one of the most expensive cast being Christian Bale, Jake Gyllenhaal, Penelope Cruz.
Well, he did the favor for his sister.
But that favor is, hey, you better fucking take care of me.
Because he look, because that's somebody that's always not looking for a check, quote unquote. He's just doing
But
it for the love.
he did Roadhouse. That's a check of all
That's what I'm
checks.
saying. I'm being facetious. I'm just saying this guy.
Oh yeah, Peter Sarsgaard, which that's who did it for free, being her man, Peter Sarsgaard.
No, hey.
Because he does anything, Peter Sarsgaard. But
They could
yeah,
have just made it regular.
but the star of that
Bride of
movie
Frankenstein.
but the star of that movie, Jessie Buckley, won Best Actress last night. But the thing was, like, she wasn't the Oscar winner being promoted for that film, and all the Bride did was rip off Timeless Tony Storm. That's like she should sue them for royalties. Like, this is my
No,
gimmick, bitch.
she should sue Tony Khan for putting her in a ring with Ronda Rousey at the next pay-per-view.
We'll talk about that on the weekend
Yeah,
episode.
because I'll finally watch the pay-per-view.
But
Minus that last match. I'm not watching no syringe go in somebody's mouth.
but you'll watch it go in their ass, huh?
No, I hate needles. I'm really like, I can't do needles.
But yeah, so The Bride bombed, which, as I said when I saw that trailer, I'm like, this is probably one of the worst movie trailers I've ever seen for a movie I'll never see, and you couldn't pay me to see. And,
You
and Christian
guess how
Bale,
many people
and
forgot that
Christian
shit
Bale
just came
is
out?
exactly right. No, it's a movie no one saw. Um, and
And
Christian,
that's
that's
why
why.
you know what's the best thing about that is Christian Bale's press about the heat. Yeah, I don't. We'll look at the
Well,
script
no,
and
Christian Bale, I would say honestly, because when you look at the modern day Oscars, Christian Bale is probably the most successful Oscar winner. Because like, look at Adrian Brody after he won his Oscar for The Pianist. He did Predators, a fun movie, but like he didn't do anything good for a long fucking
no,
time
at all
until he
before he
was
got
playing.
nominated again.
No, until he was playing Pat Riley. Like, and then again, Forrest Whitaker. He went from Last King of Scotland to Criminal Minds spinoff on CBS. Like,
Damn, I forgot about that. He shouldn't got nominated for Ghost. Hold on, I'll be right back.
and I'm trying to think of who were the other. Colin Firth. He's kind of had a successful career after winning for the King's Speech. Yeah, so because he did the Kingsman movies, which is a crazy pivot for him to become an action star in his fucking late 50s. But that's what I mean. Where Michael B. Jordan might want to, he might see that. Jimmy Fox is the same thing. Where Jimmy Fox's career now, it's basically. I mean, he's had the health scares and all that, but I think Michael B. Jordan will kind of study those post Oscar win moves and, like I said earlier, really be picking what's the success in his mind versus what might be a failure.
Yeah, it's very few people after they win an Oscar, they kind of get
Keep going. Yeah.
yeah. I think the only people I can really think of off the top of my head, of course, Denzel, because ain't shit gonna stop Denzel from getting a check.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Modern day in the 2000s. That's what I was saying because no, he
Nah,
would
I can't take
technically
it nobody from it because I was
he
about to
would
say
technically
Robin
count too because
Williams.
he would technically count too because he won his in 2001. So yeah, but yeah, it's like we've discussed this so many times. That's more often been a curse instead of a blessing because Monique famously has said like the Oscar win didn't help her career. But when you look at it, so it's like, well, they weren't just going to build 3 movies around you, Monique. No offense, but like the point of no, I'm saying like the point of your Oscar was the supporting character. Like you weren't the lead. That wasn't gonna like, and it's the same thing happening to Kiwi Kwan. Like he won for Everything Everywhere All at Once. And then he had that movie Love Hurts last year where they try to make him an action star and everyone's
And
like,
it was like, come on, bro.
well, it's like,
Dr.
no offense.
Jones.
Well, I'd say like you won that Oscar in the sense of like it was a great. I haven't seen the movie, but everyone's like it's a great performance, and everyone's happy that you kind of got some respect after being a child star. But it's also like no one is gonna want or expect you to be a movie star in the modern day.
Oh, sorry,
That's
bro.
no,
My
but that's why they're
brain.
trying to rush this Goonies sequel that he's trying to do.
Wait,
It's like,
what?
yeah, his thing is like, let's do the Goonies again. I'm like, that's the
What? They
desperation.
50.
You ain't gotta tell me. I know. I saw the movie as a
Josh
kid.
Brolin
Like,
just played Thanos.
Josh Brolin ain't gonna be in it.
That's what I'm saying. He
He's
just
gonna be
did
like,
weapons.
he's gonna be like, what the fuck are you talking? What the fuck are you talking about?
Right. I just started making money again. I was broke for a second. He said he was broke during American Gangster.
Yeah, that was the rejuvenation era of his career. But and he's again another guy who said like after the year, yeah, because he made 3 movies last year. He's like, I'm gonna take a little break, take a little hiatus.
Now,
Yeah,
that Disney money got him right. He was all going on vacation now.
but yeah, but what are the other news? Oh, pieces of news I forgot. Here's so as we talked about a few episodes ago, when the Paramount Warner Brothers news broke, they announced that Max Landis was going to write a G.I. Joe script. It was reported that they passed on his script. And then someone had a great tweet where they're like, you know how hated you have to be for the news of your script being rejected
Yeah.
to be announced? Like, that just goes to show he's still hated because Variety and Hollywood Reporter were like, they ain't making this guy's movie, folks. Hear all about it. Hear all about it. But here's what his idea was. Landis told Variety he was tremendously grateful to be given the opportunity. He elaborated that his pitch came together very serendipitously based upon the coolness of the weird and subversive idea. The idea centered around the film's franchise villain, Cobra, having successfully taken over the world and reduce GI Joe to a conspiracy theory, which I'm like, can't you just make the fucking cartoon? Can't you just make the
Wait,
fucking?
what?
He basically wants to make it to like GI Joe or
The Fox
underground.
News? Yeah.
Yeah, well, like they're underground freedom fighters instead of like the fucking soldiers that run the world. Like that's what I mean. Like his,
But that's the premise already.
yeah.
But he's just trying to make it in this era where it's like Alex Jones, Cobra
I bet
Commander.
there would have definitely been a character like that. Yeah, like
Hey, I got an idea, like Dave just said, before I cut him off rudely. You know what you can do? Let's make G.I. Joe versus
yeah.
Cobra Commander.
Just,
You know how great that is?
it's simple. They got guns and ninjas. You got guns and ninjas.
Ninjas.
And a bunch of vehicles, and that's all it is. Like it's you don't have to make it like what does it say about modern society and the paramilitary complex that we like no, it's not or like the conspiracy that Cobra like yeah, his conspiracy was he had a weather controlling machine. Like that's what he was trying to do. Like
Right, even in the 80s. Look, I'm a huge G.I. Joe mark. It's very simple. Like David just said, we got guns, we got ninjas, we got a leader. You got the same thing. Let's go to war.
you got the
In the
dreadnoughts in the
episode.
swamp. Like that's the shit we want to see. Zartan.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm thinking about dude, where's my car? So
But what you're saying about Sylvester Stallone trying to get Rocky back, Hollywood threw him a bone because he's going to be a producer of the Rambo movie that's being made now, and this is the Rambo origin story. So it's about what happened to Rambo during the war that kicked off First Blood.
yeah, PTSD.
No, that it's telling as to what happened. So it's
Yeah,
the character of John Rambo during the Vietnam War, where he
which I'm with.
where,
You got to
where
show
he
that.
becomes this killing machine that then gets the PTSD. Like I said, that kicks off First Blood. It's being directed by the guy who did those Sisu movies. I haven't seen either of those. The second one's going to be on Netflix in a couple days. But
Sound familiar?
it's European. Like this, it takes place, I think, during the Second World War. It's like this European guy fights off Nazis. That I think,
Oh shit, the dude
Yeah.
that's finding the gold and all that.
I think so. Like when,
Yeah,
like,
I
they
gotta
try to
watch the
kill his-
second one. That first one, fire. I gotta watch
Yeah,
that
the second
one.
one. That second one's gonna be on Netflix, I think, Saturday or something like that.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Hey man, let me tell y'all something too. Let me tell you something. This is gonna be a bum weekend for me, so I gotta talk with Davis and everybody else because I'm really not trying to do shit this weekend. Obviously, I gotta record, but really just want to watch video games and TV. Can I do that, people? Can I be a bum? Can I be unemployed for a day? Because I don't understand how unemployed people got, all this money and pay their bills and they got all the time in the world. I hate that. I want to be a bum.
I'm a
Crimson
bum
Desert
ranger.
come out this weekend, Davis. I want to play Crimson
Yeah,
Desert.
we'll talk about that after you play it, because I got questions. But yeah. So that movie, I think it's just called John Rambo. Noah Centineo is playing John Rambo. He's the guy who's playing Ken in Street Fighter.
You mean
So he's already in shape for it.
the
but
Mexican looking guy?
he's a white guy. What do you mean?
He look Mexican.
But yeah, they gave Sylvester Stallone the pity title of producer after he made all this big stink about Rocky the last couple of years. So they threw him a bone.
Rightfully so, though. It was his property till he sold
But
it.
he sold it in the 70s so it could get made. So that's when Peter Farrelly is making that Making of Rocky movie, which is going to be like, here's why you're a fool, Sly. Like
Right.
you sold the rights then to be the star instead of just saying, yeah, you can make it with whatever and I'll keep the rights.
But to be honest, though, you gotta remember he was fucked up financially.
He didn't have to be the star, and he would have made it. He would have made his money. Oh yeah, Noah Centineo. He was this guy. You think this guy looks Mexican?
Absolutely, 1000%. He actually
Okay.
looked like Josh from Drake and Josh.
He looks like Drake and Josh combined.
Yeah, he actually does.
But yeah, that was announced, and then the Conan, another old timer, the Conan
Ancient
Barbarian long sequel is gonna be. I don't know. All right, no offense to Arnold Schwarzenegger, I'm not gonna believe a fucking thing you say at this point in your life, you're a 70-year-old man. You can just be lying. Like,
Yeah,
he's
because the
like,
studio didn't
we're
even
gonna.
release that. He said it.
Yeah, he said that himself at the Arnold Classic or whatever. Like,
Right.
sir, who is saying this other than you? He said Christopher McQuarrie. He's writing the movie. He's going to direct. Like, has Christopher McQuarrie told Tom Cruise he's making this movie? Because he doesn't work without Tom Cruise, sir.
I know
Like,
Todd probably hit him up like, what is he talking about? I have no idea.
it's like he's like, I probably wrote a script a couple of years ago that wasn't used, but I mean, yeah,
Right.
like that.
But who told this old man about this shit?
But who thinks this old man is gonna go out and kick ass? Because another guy had a screenwriter had a tweet like, "This movie should have been made when this guy chose to be the governor instead. Like that's when he should have made the sequel to Conan the what was the Conan the Barbarian, and then what's the second one?
On the
called?
Destroyer?
Yeah, Conan the Destroyer is the second one, and then King Conan was the long rumored third one. Like what's his?
Which is this one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but now it's like,
and don't forget they tried the reboot with Jason Momoa in the early 2010s.
When the fuck did that happen? That's the Mandela effect.
2011, I think.
Yeah, that's news to me. That's the Mandela effect. I don't remember that shit.
Yeah, because that was what was supposed to kick off Jason Momoa's Hollywood career, but then it was Game of Thrones a year later.
His career kicked off now. It's called I'm About to Put You in Anything. That's his agent.
Yeah, it was 2011, directed by the guy who did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th remake.
Look who directing it. Come on, man.
Oh, and of course it was written by the guys who wrote Sahara, which is an okay movie, but yeah.
That's the Matthew McConaughey movie?
Yeah, the Matthew McConaughey fake Indiana Jones movie. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I think that was an FX classic, like Kangaroo
My mom
Jack.
loved that movie. Yeah.
I've seen Kangaroo Jack too many times in my life.
Kangaroo Jack I haven't seen it in a long time, but it was a funny movie.
It was with not Josh Hartnett.
Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah, and Anthony Anderson.
Anthony Anderson.
I fuck do I remember that movie, bro? Some of this shit seemed like it was like a fever dream.
Yeah, that was early 2000s.
Keys, you love Kangaroo Jack? Well, goddamn it, we love it too, even though I don't remember nothing about it. I just remember Kangaroo was
it is a
running
weird movie where
the
he's a hairdresser, but he has to pay his mom and force her stepfather. And yeah, and Anthony Anderson is his hustler best friend. Yeah, it is a crazy ass movie, and they go to Australia.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times, but I don't remember.
Well, here's the thing: I always think about this, like, because as I was saying with Miami Vice, like Miami Vice is one of the all-time great ideas. Here's a white cop, here's a black cop. Put him in Miami where you got clothes, guns, cars, drugs, women, and everyone's like, how much money do you need to make this movie, sir? Like, would you like $200 million to make this movie?
Who can we get the most two obscure people?
But ever? Yet, when they give you two guys go to the outback and they come across a kangaroo who steals their money, and the studio is like, can this kangaroo talk as well? And they're like, when they're high, it can talk to them. They're like, oh. I'm intrigued. Let me see who wrote Kangaroo. But that's my thing. Every time I watch these movies, I'm like, some of these ideas are like, I can see.
Yeah, I remember the kangaroo could talk, but I remember he was running real fast alongside a van.
It was directed by David McNally, who was the director of Coyote Ugly. God damn, he directed another movie my mom loved, but was horrible. Oh my. One of the screenwriters of
wasn't Joy Ryan a Coyote Ugly?
No, it was Tyra Banks. She's in, and I remember being pissed because she's in the one scene, and that was it.
I remember the movie kind of. Was she butt-heading people, foreheading people?
leave Tyra Banks alone.
That'd get ugly. Hell no! After that motherfucking documentary.
Don't act like you wouldn't.
Oh, in a heartbeat, brother. I never said I wouldn't.
No, but Scott Rosenberg. No. Scott Rosenberg. Here's Scott Rosenberg's filmography. You might have seen these movies. He was one of the writers of Kangaroo Jack. He wrote Venom.
Great movie.
Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle.
What, the first one?
The second one.
With the
Jumanji
Rocket
the
now?
next. Yep, Jumanji the next level. Another one with the Rocky Kevin Hart. Con Air,
Great movie.
Gone in 60 Seconds, which
Great movie.
he said he passed on writing Fast and the Furious after writing Gone in 60 Seconds, and then Vin Diesel told him that we're making this movie called Fast and the Furious, but we're doing it. Vin Diesel said it's Bruce Springsteen meets Fast Cars,
And it
and he
turned out to
shit
be nothing like that.
and he shit on and Scott Rosenberg shit on Fast and the Furious, and then look what happened.
Yeah, that's all I'm about to say. And it was nothing like that.
And then he wrote the movie Beautiful Girls, which is a crazy weird movie because
Keith, they still friends. They just did a video.
no, that video definitely is the obligatory every time we're around each other we got to make content type of video, because you can tell, like, I think The Rock not getting nominated is like putting him in this pissy ass mood because
Motherfucker, you worth $500 million. What you mad about that award for?
he thought it was going to be easy. That's what I keep telling
You
y'all.
one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. All the women still love you, motherfucker, and you got $500 million. You worried about a goddamn reward? The reward is you won, motherfucker.
He's stupid, and I keep telling y'all he's stupid. Okay, plain and simple. He's stupid. As the great Dexter Laboratory episode written by the child. You are stupid. You are stupid.
He's stupid, and that's what I keep trying to tell you. Get back in the ring. His fucking heart gonna jump through his chest. Kicks, you just talking rhetoric now.
But we're gonna close out just on a kind of sad note because Ted season 2 came out, phenomenal, especially the last 4 episodes.
I don't know about phenomenal, but the last couple episodes, yeah,
phenomenal in terms of like shit that you wouldn't expect to laugh at. You like, it's still. I think what makes this show work, besides, again, all-time great idea, Seth MacFarlane going to a movie studio being like, what if your childhood bear came to life and was a pothead? And the studio was like, how much money do you need? He's like, $50 million. And they're like, okay.
That's how much the budget is?
For the first Ted movie, it was like 30-something.
Oh, I'm thinking you're talking about. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the series because that's the reason why we're getting to.
Yeah, the unfortunate part of Ted season 2 is that it's only going to be Ted season 2. We won't. Who knows? He's saying he doesn't expect another season to be made, so they ended the season on the note of like, if it ends, it ends, which is
go watch the movies.
But that too. But I wouldn't be surprised if again. And here's what I was saying: you're Universal. Next month, you're having Mario, which is going to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
And you're like, this animated bear that costs $8 million an episode, that's too expensive?
It kind of is for a streaming show.
For 8 episodes?
But
it's a show that gets traction. I don't know what the Nielsen ratings are out yet, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be like in the top 5. Like, it's a show that people watch in the 2 seasons that it's come out. But they are telling Seth MacFarlane. And here's the thing. Like, I forgot that he signed a whole overall deal with him that is now expiring. And they passed on all his other shows, which are like serious dramas. They told him, stick to the talking bear, Seth. We don't want this serious shit you're pitching. Like,
I mean, because the Fox, he had the contract with Fox. I'm pretty sure he probably still got it.
He still does, because they just announced this past week that Fox has given a 2-season order to Stewie, a spinoff of Stewie Griffin.
Bro, this motherfucker been getting chilly.
He's getting his own show for a character that was this show could have happened 15 years ago.
Shit, 20.
Yeah, it should have been 20 when the character of Stewie was all he cared about was killing Lois. That's when he should have had the show.
Yeah,
because that was the best version of the character when all he wanted to do was kill his mom for whatever reason.
He been getting chilly for 26 years and counting. American Dad, Family Guy, this Ted. God damn, dog. Leave some for us. And American Dad, his best property. The Cleveland Show.
The Cleveland Show was okay. The Cleveland Show trying to be like Family Guy, but not Family Guy with like characters like the talking bear. And then his son was supposed to be Black Stewie in a way, and he was funny, but it was
No,
too
he
much
was
like
like
Family
Dan
Guy.
Housen.
Dad, I don't know.
You know what Dot said about Dan Housen. I ain't gonna
He
repeat
was
it.
right. I showed y'all earlier. He was right.
They
That was
using
right.
Dan Housen. This ain't wrestling talk. We're gonna have this weekend, but Dan Housen been an unofficial mascot for
I told you.
WWE.
I said it. They hired him to replace R-Truth. They're gonna shake can R-Truth again and be like, we have our new, dancing clown.
David's saying wrong because this R-Truth last contract.
I mean, well, no, it's not his last contract. He works because they just let him show up after they fired him.
No, he's on. Remember, he signed that
No,
1 year deal.
they fired him, and they're like, okay, you can keep showing up.
Yo, if he's showing up for the love of the game, that's
He
insane.
is at this point.
You spending more money than you getting back.
It's fucking R-Truth. He apparently has all this money from all these T-shirts.
Well, that ain't he been in the business for 28 years.
He was in TNA. He wasn't making money in TNA.
Nah, nobody
You
was
think the
at that
Three
point.
Live Crew was making money?
No, hell no. Especially
I was
with
about to
Kip.
say.
What's his name? Kip James.
No, the Three Live Crew was him, Conan, and Brian James.
That's what I'm saying. I don't remember this motherfucking name. I forgot about him.
You
Just like
trying to
SmackDown.
combine Kip James and the James gang was one of the stupidest ideas ever. Because
Yeah.
why did they try to make it like Brian James and fucking Billy Gunn were related all of a sudden? Like,
Because they was high. They was doing anything.
and his name was Brian James, but yet they were like, Bullet Bob Armstrong's your dad. Like, then why isn't he Brian Armstrong? Like,
Because Bullet Armstrong was probably like embarrassed. You
you're an
embarrassed me.
embarrassment, son. No, his son fought in the war. Remember, that's all I kept saying. Was
Oh,
Brian.
God. Oh, how many times I got to hear that shit?
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Dog, let me
But
tell
no,
y'all something. In case y'all don't know about this promo, I'm going to edit. We from California. We don't care about that country ass military shit. Honoring the troops and all that shit, man. I got people in my family that went to the Marine Corps and all that shit. Man, we don't give a fuck about none of that from California. Hey, you want to join the
I mean, you kind of
gang?
have to,
Join the
especially in
real
San
gang,
Diego.
homie.
You have to, especially in Southern California, like San Diego, where all those military bases are.
Nobody give a fuck
So-
about that. Hey, come over here, homie. Why you got that green on?
All right. What gang has ever had a problem with green?
Oh boy, I can't break it down on this podcast, but I can tell you.
But yeah, no. Ted season 2.
That Oakland A's hat, don't wear that shit around my
You
area.
can't wear an
bro.
A's hat?
Hell
That's
no.
crazy.
That's
crazy.
A-Trays, bro.
What hats can you wear?
Just an LA hat.
Then you have to shoot me because I ain't wearing that shit.
That 40, you might actually get a pass on 49er hat.
I'm gonna do the platoon. Like, go ahead, shoot.
Well,
'Cause
Will Dafoe did.
I ain't wearing no fucking Dodgers hat.
Yeah, no, I'm
Fucked
cool.
up.
Bro. I'm cool, bro. I'd rather wear a KKK mask.
You have a Dodgers hat. What are you talking about?
No, I do not.
Should I show you pictures?
Yeah, let me see.
That's
Oh, you
an
talking about
LA
that
hat.
old one? I had one at one point,
Oh,
but that's just the LA hat.
it's a
I had
Dodgers
an Angels
hat.
hat, but I can't find it.
Well, you better keep that where it's at. It's better off being lost and found than being on someone's hat on someone's head.
Bruh.
Someone said you root for the Angels. God damn! I didn't know they had a team.
Hey, they give good merch, bro. They give you hot dogs and merch. If you want to get some free merch, let's go to the Angels game. They stay giving stuff away. They give away tickets damn near. Shit.
I was about to say they're giving away the stadium is what they're doing.
At this point. And then I used to clown because the Ducks is my hockey team, but they win it right now, so I ain't getting shit.
Because they started going back to the Ducks logo, but not the Ducks color scheme.
I still like this color scheme.
The orange and gold. I was never really that much of a fan of that. Go back to the white, teal, and black, like the Mighty Ducks are supposed to wear.
Yeah. No, listen, I got to get another one of those hats. The last one I had, my fault for being on camera. God damn it. For some reason, it's a bug in my room that won't leave. There ain't no roast too. This motherfucking bug in this room. Hold
I was
on.
about to say, what kind of bug? Then shit.
It looked like a little beetle or some shit. The motherfucker won't
Oh
go.
shit! That was the other part I forgot to talk about the Oscars.
It's the Beatles.
No, the In Memoriam. So they had fucking Barbara Streisand come out and sing a whole fucking song. I had it on mute, but she sang the whole fucking song for Robert Redford. But the whole story of their movie was she was into him and he did this the homegirl to her. Like that was the whole point of the way we were. It was like she fell in love with him during the making of that movie and he said, I'm good. Like, and this is at the time where like every guy was fucking Barbara Streisand. Just I bet because she was easy, because she has a famous like list of a famous guy she's fucked. But Ryder Redford was like, no, not my tempo. Which makes sense because he's Robert fucking Redford, like one of the most handsome men to ever be a movie star. But yeah, I thought that was crazy because then today Jane Fonda said, why did they have Barbara Streisand do his tribute instead of me? I was in 4 films with him. Why are 2 women fighting over a dead man? Like,
hey man, he must have been laying wood, bro. It's a lot of stabbing that go on in that family. Everybody stabbing something in that family.
But no, I thought that was crazy. Like they legit.
That's the whole girl. That's the whole.
Yeah, they legit made this woman sing a whole song of like the story of you two was he was like, I know you're in love with me. No, thank you. Like,
hey man, Rob was probably a catch. I see some pictures of you.
Of course he was like, oh no, I'll admit a man. He's a handsome man. Like watch 3 Days of the Condor and you're like, this guy is so fucking handsome. Like,
yeah, but that's how you know women are crazy. This man dead and they dirty macking.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I don't know if you can get to him now. Not even what's left.
Yeah. But like that's crazy to be like, why did this bitch give him the tribute? It should have been me. We worked together 4 times. It's like, whoa, take it easy.
Yo, women are crazy. I said, when you think about that.
No, what have I been saying? Women hate each other over a man, right?
No, they just hate each other, but taking it to that level with a dead man who died with his wife and y'all beefing about something that happened 40 years ago.
That was Gene Hackman and his wife died together. Robert Redford, I don't think was he married when he died? Let me see.
Yeah. The son got to both of them.
That's Rob Reiner, not you.
My fault.
Did you think I confused Robert Redford and Rob?
No, Robert Redford wasn't married. Yeah,
no, he actually was, but he was married to a woman that wasn't famous.
But how long was he married? Because he died when he was 95.
He was married. He married this woman in 2009.
Bro, what?
But they had been together for a long time.
You got at that point, just bro. We just hang it up.
He died at 89 years old last year in September.
That's it. I thought
again another Santa Monica is where Robert Redford was born.
Yeah, he from LA.
Yeah.
Robert back in the day, for real, he was that guy. But
oh yeah, well that's why when like Brad Pitt came on the scene, they're like, holy shit. When did Robert Redford have a son? Because that was his clone, which is why they worked together in Spy Game. But yeah, it was crazy that they made Barbara Streisand do. I mean, they probably didn't make her. She was probably like, I'll do the tribute. They're like, oh, that'd be wonderful, Barbara.
If you know about her, Barbara Streisand ain't asking. She gonna do it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But why do you want? I'm saying like, I get Josh Brolin. His father's her husband. And she's singing over a dead man. This is the Jada Pinkett Tupac.
Oh shit, that is his dad.
She carrying on like Tupac and Jada Pinkett. Like that's the type of time she's on. Her man is like, Babs, he's dead. Like,
I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Bro, that's fucking hell. No,
but she literally had, but she has like legit slept with like 10 famous guys over the course of like the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
No, they said Barbara Streisand used to get around. Underground don't stop.
Because she wasn't a looker, so she had to be easy.
All right, come on. You had to say that.
Look me in the eyes and tell me Barbara Streisand's attractive. Look me in the eyes and tell me that. You can't lie to me. Don't you lie to me right now. That Robert Redford was right. You know he was right.
So Robin, the great, I'm gonna send you it. The great Robin Harris, one of the greatest comedians ever. He got a thing. He said, "My wife ugly as hell." He said, "Ugly women be fucking. They wear you
Yeah,
out."
that's what I mean. Like they, I ain't trying to say another woman, but yeah.
You might as well say the name. But hey, no, for real, ugly women. I done had me a couple of no lookers, but they wear your ass out because they don't know when they gonna get it again. I'm like, bitch, please leave me alone. So Barbara, and the thing is, Barbara got money. She got money,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but god damn it, she, hey, I don't give a damn. I ain't no looker, but my money is pretty, and I'm gonna get these dudes. They probably like, damn, I gotta pay my rent real quick
Yeah,
because the dude she been with, she got more money than them. So they probably like, damn.
that's what I'm talking about. Where Redford legit was like, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" Like he's like, "Look at me!" Like, come on.
You think she was back in the day? She was like, I don't know how they was doing back in the day, the older women, but you think they was like, she probably was coming to the crib unannounced and shit, calling the house phone.
Probably, yeah, probably. Because
Oh,
she also seems like obsessive crazy. Like she's giving it to you, but also like even if you don't want it, you're gonna get it. You know what?
whoa,
Like that type. Now I'm not saying she's. I'm just saying like oh, you just showed up for. Okay, I guess. I
for some
mean,
tea.
no, I'm saying I'm not even in the mood, but if you insist, okay, like yeah, like
You think she giving it up that easy?
yeah,
Damn, you just called her a hoe.
basically, yeah.
She is American. She is a treasure in some
I never
household.
cared for Barbara Streisand. I've never gone back to watch Yentl and fucking. Again, I've never seen The Way We Were, but I haven't gone
You
back to
talking
see
about
her.
the movies? I'm talking about the music
Oh, again, I
alone.
don't care. What music? What
She
songs?
can sing her ass off.
Funny Girl? I'm not interested in watching Funny Girl. Like,
You
again,
go
all
back
her
to
movies are like, this woman's not that attractive. How is she getting a handsome man? I'm like, oh, baffles me too. Shit. Like,
the casting, great casting
I mean,
directors.
basically, she created Adam Sandler. Like, because every Adam Sandler movie is like, how is Adam Sandler getting Jennifer Aniston? Even though I didn't think Drew Barrymore was that attractive most of the time, but like Drew Barrymore, fucking Julie Bowen, like,
Didn't they do something together? Or I'm tweaking.
she made that movie with Seth Rogen, but no, she was in Meet the Fockers with Ben Stiller,
Okay. Well, it's a
and her
lot
husband,
of
and that was
this.
Dustin Hoffman. I'm like, that makes sense. You and the little man, that makes a lot of sense.
I mean, you ain't got to say that, but you right. You ain't got to say it. What's Stephen
Dustin
A. Smith
Hoffman was
say?
also a prick. He slapped Meryl Streep without her consent.
Boy,
No, no,
it's
no.
out
You
the
better not. You
mud.
better not You better not disrespect Meryl Streep. I'll praise Meryl Streep over Barbara Streisand 7 days out of the week.
No, I love Beale Street, but you know what Sean Connery said.
No, 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 no. But yeah, we're about to wrap up. But no, I mean honestly, last time, like you're saying, it was bittersweet. But at the end of the day, he left with something. He left with best original screenplay,
Yeah.
and that's just because it shows like pure originality. A guy from
Hmm.
where I'm from, and like you were saying, to put a battery in your back. Zell asked us if we could ever make a movie or intend to ever make a movie. I would say it, seeing that last night was inspiring to me, but at the same time, I know like this, but this guy spent his whole life on this. Even after football, this guy spent his whole life because he went to USC Film School. Like he went to the school that makes guys like him. He went to the
Yeah,
school that
that's the
made guys
Mecca.
like made guys like. I'm not just saying it because it's easy comparison, but like John Singleton. He went to the school and look at what he's done. I said,
But
I'm
look at
finally
all the
gonna.
California guys that keep going there. I'm about to be biased. I mean, I'm about to say George Lucas, Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg, or sorry, Spielberg is
Well,
from
there last
Ohio.
night it shows that there was something, not just but like again, Paul Thomas Anderson, his father was in the entertainment industry. It goes to show that at the end that you still kind of need, and Michael B. Jordan being on the East Coast where they make a lot of TV because that's the whole start of his career is being a child actor on TV.
That's how I knew
Um,
her.
so you kind of need to be on either coast to kind of have
Yeah,
really a foot to even get a chance in.
Yeah.
to the entertainment industry, and whether or not you make it, the whole point of Michael B. Jordan's speech was like, he kept working and kept trying, and you know, this wasn't instant. I think he's late 30s now. He's not 40 yet, but he'll be close.
He's the same
Um,
age as me. He's just a couple months older, so 38,
and
which is
this,
young.
yeah,
Again,
it's
some
like
motherfuckers don't get their Oscar till they 60.
no, and I mean that was the thing we kind of skipped over because I haven't seen Mario Supreme yet. But everyone's like, "Oh, Timothy Chalamet, he's gonna just still waiting." But like, Timothy Chalamet is not gonna stop acting. Like he's
Yeah.
this last 3 years has shown like, and he said himself like, his mission is to like be an actor, be a great actor. Like he'll get his one day
Yeah,
in the
he's
academy.
30.
Yeah, but
He
like,
might get it next year.
well, yeah, that's if this Dune 3 is going to be the copycat of Return of the King, which is the one that gets all the awards at the end because it wraps up the story. But it's not like, because people are also trying to say like, oh, was it his awards campaign, or is he finally too annoying for everyone? Like, no, I think you saw it in the room last night and at the SAG Awards that people fuck with Michael B. Jordan. At the end of the day, it's also like an industry that votes on people that they like.
Yeah.
And not that him just being like the popular guy in high school, but like they loved that performance too. And I think that's why it was a right performance to be rewarded, because he played two fucking characters. Like he played, and then to quote Viola Davis, three when he played Vampire Stack. Like so,
Mm.
he he got the proper recognition. Again, this was a guy who was in Chronicle, that awkward moment. I'm saying Van Forstick, like Tristan said, after you have to pronounce it that way. He was Killmonger. Like no one would have thought one day this was going to be the Oscar-winning guy. This is the star of Creed and the director of Creed 3, and now it just probably goes to show like his Thomas Crown movie is probably going to be a movie that people want to go check out and see because they want to continue to go and support him. I mean, Creed 3 did pretty well box office wise. Not just to make everything about business, but like he's going to have the power to try to keep making stories. He's rumored to be in the I Am Legend sequel. That's
Yeah.
still something that's been long talked about.
Oh, they
He was
about to
supposed
prove it now.
he was supposed to be the original Matrix sequel
Yeah.
before the Keanu Reeves one in 2021. He was supposed to be like the young Morpheus, but that story never fully took off. But now he's gonna have the pick of his litter for the movies he wants, and it's cool to see a guy that, again, I've been a fan of his, not just to go back to the Horrible, but like, yeah, see, like, damn, it's crazy to see someone that you saw as a young actor to a teenage actor to an adult actor, and now like, yeah, he got all the recognition. And they were posting like the video of Tom Cruise like squeezing the fuck out of him last year at the Mission Impossible screen, like because Tom Cruise was like, "You're that fucking guy, man! Like, congrats!
Yeah.
Like, you're doing it." And then last night they showed the videos of, hey, like he embraced Leonardo DiCaprio pretty hard, and you can tell like this means something to this guy, like to get the recognition and get the respect that he's been working for and been trying, and that's awesome. The same thing with Ryan Coogler, like not winning Best Picture, Best Director is not going to stop Ryan Coogler from making movies. It's not that simple.
Right.
Like,
He'll get it eventually.
or if he not, he has this. Like he said,
Yeah.
like this movie is his most personal movie, and this was a guy who already made a personal movie like Creed, which he said like this movie's about my dad, and he said that's why he couldn't make the sequel and why he can't watch it now. He's like, this because it means so much to me about my relationship with him. That's why I can't continue the story. But like he said, my family were sharecroppers from the South. Like that's why I wanted to make this movie. I wanted to tell their story, and then the Irish heritage and all that in terms of like him and his brother's names. Like that's why I wanted to make the characters Irish and then all that. But like he won by this movie getting made and by him getting the rights to it in 25
Thank you.
years.
And they wasn't supposed to even get nominated.
This movie, we all saw it and we're like, that's a great fucking movie. It's a shame it won't get the respect it deserves. And it got the respect it deserves. It didn't get all the respect that we wanted it and hoped it would get, but it's still, and not saying be happy with your quarter, like how Hollywood tries to treat most diverse filmmakers, but still, at the end of the day, a win's a win. And he won.
They
They both
overachieved.
won. And they all won because, Autumn being the first woman to win cinematography. And then, again, Ludwig showing, like, if you want to score, go to this guy. Go to this fucking guy who literally looks like he should be from the 17th century and making music. Because
And he basically Gambino's right hand man.
yeah, and he's responsible for the fucking Mandalorian, like that
Yeah.
score, and he might be nominated for that next year. You never know. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, that and the Odyssey, because that's what he's doing too.
Yeah.
So he'll be back next year. And that's the thing about next year's race. It'll be interesting with the Odyssey and Dune for sure. I don't know about the Spielberg movie, the Alien movie.
Come on, man, Spielberg, dog.
That's where I know you're right. Because what the fuck?
That's what I'm saying. You seeing bugs? I'm seeing. I'm like, what the fuck going on?
There's a tiny little gnat though. I'm like, where the hell did that come from? Especially with the weather. But they did nominate West Side Story, but they nominated his movie about his own life, The Fableman. So yeah, you're right. They'll give Spielberg nominations for this Alien movie. But I'm trying to think what else.
Also, they saying this might be the sequel to Close Encounters.
Yeah, that's been the story as of late. And then he said this week that he plans to make a Western as his next film, to finally make an official Western.
Hey, you know I'm watching this movie though, especially if it's rumored to be a sequel to Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I've never seen Close Encounters.
Great movie, but you know me, my tinfoil hat gonna be on in the theater.
That's why I'm not into it. It's unless
When the Leo me.
And that's the thing, like he was making his movie in Europe with Scorsese, and he came back to the Oscars because everyone's like, "Why does he have this mustache?" And it's like, "Oh, he's filming a movie right now."
With Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence. But
is our tribal chief? Is he on the screen yet?
I have the Italian Venezuela game on right now, and these Italians. When the fuck did they get so good at baseball? Because right now they're
making a meatball.
Hey,
and then I play the baseball.
When you throw me the fastball, throw it over the middle. Hey, I can knock it out of the park.
They used to play stickball, so
that's what I mean. Like that, yeah, but that was in the 1930s when there was something called the Great Depression and Prohibition.
Right. My mother making the best meatball, and I know how to play.
Joey DiMaggio. He was one of the greatest players ever play. Oh yeah, but yeah, no. Right now they're up 2-1 over Venezuela, in the bottom of the sixth.
Guess what's gonna happen, people? Whoever play America, we beat them.
All right,
I'm going
you
full
got all
patriotic.
You got all patriotic yesterday. When you didn't watch that second, that was a great game though.
I was recording, so I couldn't even pay attention.
But yeah, USA winning on that called strike was ridiculous. That was a ball. That was below his knees, and the umpire's like strike 3, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, hey, America rules, bro. That's all I can say. Because it's like, bro, hey, what was that famous video? We barely won, or they won. They had us in the third.
Oh,
they had us in the third.
No, if I was the DR, I would have swung at the umpire with a bat like one Marshall did back in the 60s when he tried to hit the Dodger player with a bat. Like, you call that a strike?
The fact that we had two people, one of them looked exactly like Manny, which is fucking weird. And then the other one looked like Zell. Well, there's a couple.
That was our Pulos with the glasses. You look like Ketel Marte.
That's what I'm saying, but Manny and others have said I look Dominican.
Yeah.
Go
look up Ketel Marte and that could be your cousin. But no, that was a good game. And like I say, you want to wrap up because you have to see the same Roman Reigns promo, which is 10 minutes of walking. Acknowledge me, city.
And I got to see the back of my eyelids. So
yeah, and then the same promo of Punk. You're only here because I said you could come. You're like, oh my god, like we didn't hear that 20,000 fucking times already. Like he's right. Like,
wait, he's half Italian, so that's why he talk with his hands.
Yeah.
Because he do be doing this.
Is he gonna start claiming he's Italian like The Rock claims he's black?
That's crazy. He really don't talk about him being half Italian.
He's gonna show up to the Italian American Awards and be like, "Thank you, paisana. Hey, grazie.
What the fuck? I look like being a coconut nigga. What does that mean to me?
Okay, Mama Luke. Hey. But yeah, we're.
I think people forget that. I'm like, shit. I'll forget that he Italian.
No, people remember because that's why he looks the way he looks.
Italian and Samoan food do not go along. They do not get along.
What? Pizza's Pizza and spam don't go together.
Bro, my stomach would explode.
But like Banks said, we might be back this weekend. We might not, depending on how Banks feels. He's got a
We
lot to
will be
do.
back this weekend, motherfucker, but I gotta map it out because I want to have one day where I could be a bum.
Well, I mean, again, I gotta watch. I gotta get to the theater to go see Project Hail Mary, and then
That's what I'm saying. We gotta figure out how we're gonna watch these movies too.
yeah. Well, I mean,
So we might have to just lock in Sunday.
yeah, I'll probably be Sunday. And then not much is going on because March Madness starts. Is it Thursday or is it next?
I
Even though
think
I
it's
don't
Thursday.
really.
No, next week, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see real quick before you got it. Even though I really don't have that much interest in this year's tournament, but
Hey, I'm gonna lie and say my team gonna win the national.
I don't know. Tomorrow the first 4 games, so yeah, it'll start this week.
We got no chance in hell.
Yeah, it starts
No
Thursday.
chance.
Yeah, the first 4 games are UMBC versus Howard, Texas versus North Carolina State. I could just say NC State Prairie View versus Lehigh, Miami, Ohio versus SMU. So those are the first 4 games, which are tomorrow and Wednesday.
Hey, just want to let y'all know something real quick. I'm nervous. You know, kind of settle down from getting nervous.
He did say Bay Area people talk fast, which I'm like, yeah, I do. I
Yeah,
know
and the
that.
sky is fucking blue when he said that.
So
Y'all too hyper. I've been
from,
told. I think I had to tell Dad that. I'm like, bro, Northern California people too hyper. That's why y'all got that hypey shit. I'm like,
I'm from Richmond. I'm like, Richmond, fucking it. You want to talk about a dangerous city?
yeah, I'm from Richmond. Richmond is.
I ain't talking about Richmond, fucking Virginia. I ain't talking about that.
I'm like, bro, I could name some women too. Fucking Maxine Dupree, Bailey, Sweetie, Kalani.
Maxine Dupree is from California?
She from Sacramento.
She's from the cow town.
I look again. Yeah, y'all got them in all different shapes and colors. Y'all got them.
Okay, settle down. Last chance to win. No.
I don't know why I just did that.
Because you were talking about Maxine Dupree and Bailey and
yeah, but also Titus O'Neil, he never got his fair share, so I'll be trying to honor him by doing this.
What fair share does he deserve?
Even though they said they get mad when you do this, the people, they get heated when you do that. The Kappas, the black fraternity, they get mad when you do all
I'm just saying, I'm like, then don't be in a fraternity.
Yeah, don't eat cookies off somebody's booty.
Yeah. Well, he was in the Florida fraternity, so I don't know how they do it.
Yeah, they don't do that. They don't play them type of games, brother.
I was about to say, because he was a Gator, so.
Yeah, the fraternities in Florida, you got to beat somebody's ass. That's it.
And on that note, we'll see y'all next time.